Texas A&M goes to Miami, goes to everyone knows Hard Rock Stadium is one of the toughest places to play
It's
in the
tough.
country.
Tough.
Tough place to play with what, like 60% capacity or whatever it was. They go down, get out to an early lead, and get run off the field in the second half. They lose 48-33 to Miami. And, Miami like fell in a 10-point hole early, battled back. And that felt like a massive win for Mario Cristobal, man,
Yeah.
as he rebuilds that program. And,
Like
ooh,
both of those
boy.
teams really needed it, right? It felt like, yeah.
And, man, you thought Aggie fans were on Jimbo Fisher's ass before. My goodness, the way that this one unfolded, the noise is getting very, very loud in College Station.
That's what I always tell everyone. It's fun to root against Texas A&M just because it's a you know what show constantly, and it's kind of fun to watch the circus. But I, I always say, like, you don't want them to be too bad. You don't want them to actually fire Jimbo Fisher because you never know if they make the right hire next, right? You want them to have continue. You know it's not the right hire with Jimbo. You want them to continue and flounder around at like 8-5, something like that every year, just good enough to keep the job. You just never know who that next hire is going to be and what they could possibly do with all the talent that they have there.
Yeah. Now, if you're Mario Cristobal in Miami, right, that's the type of win that creates the buy-in, right? Like, guys, this is what we've been telling you, right? And now you can look to this game and say, hey, let's keep pushing. Let's move forward. But I really did think both quarterbacks played pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Wigman, he had the 2 interceptions, but the first, Anais Smith just falls down. So he throws it right to his safety. And then the other one, he's just trying to make a play late in the game. If there's one thing Texas A&M fans could take away from this game and be excited, it's the way that he looked. I thought he looked pretty damn good. Now, Tyler Van Dyme, that dude had himself a day, man. A couple fantastic throws in this game. He had some impressive touch throws, but really, and this surprised me because I thought very highly of A&M's skill guys coming into this game. Miami's skill guys, I really thought is what separated them in the football game, like their ability to do something with the football after the catch, whether it was Restrepo or Jacoby George on that huge play in the fourth quarter. Colby Young, I thought, yeah, that's a big, impressive wide receiver. Like, I thought the big explosive plays where guys did something after the catch when their ball in the hands with the ball in their hands. I thought advantaged by a lot to Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, there was some nice talent on the field. There were some really nice playmakers really on both sides. Early I thought A&M, it felt like was maybe going to run away with the thing. The first, as the game got going, they were making some really nice plays. Wegman was making some nice throws, and Miami just hung around, kept fighting. They made some mistakes early, weathered the storm, and A&M just, as the pressure mounted, fell apart.
It's not typical to win by 15 when you get a punt blocked that leads to a touchdown and you muff a punt return and it
Well, you
leads to
could
a
stop
touchdown.
at the punt block. It's not typical to win, period, when you get a punt blocked for a touchdown. That that almost always ends in you losing the game.
Yeah.
Tough.
Nice win for Miami though.
Big, very big moment for them. They needed that.
Yeah, feels like a bit of a crossroads for Texas A&M in that program after that one. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. Not an easy schedule for the Aggies. We'll see. What a shame.
Well, I know that the fireworks with Jimbo Fisher will be worth the wait. That'll be fun. No matter what happens, like he gets very defensive really quickly, and the press conferences are worth the listen.
I love that.
He talks faster and faster the more numbers they have in the L column.
Do you wanna make bets on a date where he takes over play calling from Bobby Petrino?
God, I that I don't. I want to see that happen on live TV because Bobby Petrino may be one of the more difficult people on the planet to deal with, and that's just going to be a disaster.
Yeah. If you're gonna go down, you're gonna go down called plays, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Last game I want to hit. Nebraska went to Colorado and got smacked, man. Coach Prime and the Buffaloes did it again.
They look good,
36
early.
36-14 ends up being a blowout, man. And it looked like we had ourselves a ball game in the first half, but my goodness, Nebraska. How many mistakes can one team make in a 2-week span? Wow.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It's tough to play football when anytime you drop back pass, there's like a 70% chance your quarterback's going to turn the ball over. It's tough. The only thing you can do is not pass.
I thought the play calling in the first half was insane. Just run the ball, man. Where's all the QB run? They dialed a couple QB draws for Sims, and the dude just takes off and looks incredible. Why aren't you doing a lot of it?
The pat, like when you truly pass the ball, that should be like the big, like, whoa, they're through it. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Should run it every play.
They
just keep changing personnel, keep changing formations, and run the same stuff over and over. Just window dress all of it.
I thought that they were going to turn it into a bar fight, right? Shorten the game.
Was it 0-0 at half? I left right before halftime, and I think it was still 0-0.
No. That means you missed. Oh boy, did you miss some stuff, pal. Jeff Sims threw one of the worst interceptions you've ever seen, right? And then Shadur Sanders throws a strike. I think it was the next play. Deep over route for a touchdown. Beautiful ball. That guy is accurate as hell, man.
Yeah.
Touchdown. 10-0 Colorado. And it felt insurmountable at that point. And we'll get to Colorado, but the Nebraska side of things, that offense, like, it's tough to watch. Sims is a turnover machine, dude. He dropped, and as a former center, like, there is nothing more frustrating to me than a quarterback dropping a perfect gun snap. Like, it's perfect, man. He dropped 2 of them, fumbled them around. Colorado recovered both of them.
Oh.
Right in the belly. Just boom. And one, I mean, this is the first drive of the game. Like, they got a bunch of momentum. They're putting a nice first drive together. It takes points off the board. The other one, it led to the Colorado's first points of the day, led to a field goal. Right? And then he drops the snap. Colorado covers, ends up kicking a field goal. The next possession throws a horrible interception, leads to their touchdown. Yeah, I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row. He has cost his football team the game. And the play calling, I don't know I don't know what they're doing. Just run the ball. Turn it into just a complete fight at the line of scrimmage. Run Sims 20 times. They just thought they were going to get into track meet with Colorado. Hey, let's spread them out. Let's check it around. It's so strange, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just, it's a tough world to live in where your quarterback's dropping snaps, throwing interceptions, and you got to, if you don't have anyone else to play, you can't take the dropping snaps away from him. You just, I guess, hope he gets better at that. But you can take the interception part away from him. Just run the ball. Run the ball and punt it. All right? It's better to run the ball and punt it than give them the ball with great field position on a turnover.
I can only imagine what that locker room was like at halftime. That Nebraska defense just looking at the guys on offense going, seriously? I mean, seriously? Now, this is 2 weeks in a row. We will have said this. Colorado was the better team. They were the better coached team. They were the more disciplined team. That stuff matters, man. And it's really impressive. All those new pieces, new staff. That team plays disciplined football. We'll see how the rest of the season goes, right? But Shedeur Sanders is really damn good. He's very accurate. He's mobile in the pocket. He extends plays. The 2-point conversion, that was sweet. Like buying time, didn't just strike. They've got playmakers. And this week, it was different guys than last week for the most part, right? Xavier Weaver goes off. Travis Hunter continues to just be, dude, is awesome.
He's crazy.
But Travaris Dawson scores a couple touchdowns, right? Has a receiving touchdown, has a rushing touchdown. There's like a couple different guys this week for him. They got a bunch of dudes that can play at the skill spots, man. They're fun to watch. I enjoy watching them play.
They're finding ways to get them the ball.
How about that?
Finding ways to get them the ball. Create some opportunities for them. I'm telling you, it's interesting to watch, man. I never thought I would be. And I know we've talked about this, but I always laughed right whenever Sanders said he wanted to be a head coach. But ever since since almost day one, whenever I actually listened to what he had to say and how he was going to run his program, I'm really impressed. Really impressed with what he's done. And he's going to get a big job somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be. Texas A&M, something like that. But he's going to get a big job.
Deion Sanders, what his name means in the state of Texas. You combine that with A&M's resources. Ooh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, boy. That's an interesting thought.
It's going to happen. It's just a timing thing. What big job happens to be open whenever if Colorado puts together, if they're bowl eligible this year, he'll get a big one. If they're more than bowl eligible, like if they are competing for a Pac-12 championship, he'll get a really big one.
I think he'll wait till his son and Travis Hunter can grad transfer and not have to sit out.
How old are they? Are they going to the NFL?
Travis Hunter's a true sophomore. Yeah, Sanders might.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought this was his third year.
No.
Yep.
So we'll see. But
yep.
I think it looks like he's having a lot of fun at Colorado. Yep. Folsom Field looked awesome for that game.
It did. That was cool. It's awesome to see those places packed, man. It's great.
Game day is coming there. I think big news going back for the third week. Right, third Colorado.
Who can have the games there, man?
Give us all the Deion, all the Coach Prime. It's impressive, man. It really is. All right, let's finish.